That night, the house felt quieter than usual, quiet enough that I could hear the ticking of the clock in the hallway. Our daughter had just texted to say she arrived safely at her dorm. The first night of our lives with no children at home. I sat alone at the dining table, staring at the tiny cake I bought, just to pretend we were celebrating, even though it felt nothing like a celebration. My husband kept walking in and out, not restless, not angry, just carrying something inside him I couldn't name. Close to midnight, as I reached for the light switch, he pulled out the chair across from me and sat down. His hands were clasped, his shoulders slightly hunched, his breath uneven. He looked at me for a long moment. Then he whispered, "Tonight, I don't want to run anymore." I let out a small laugh. "What are you running from?" But his eyes, red and tired, told me this wasn't a joke. He swallowed hard. "There is a truth. I should have told you before we got married." My heart clenched. I braced myself for the usual fears: infidelity, debt, a hidden past. But his truth was none of those. "I am not the heterosexual man you have always believed I was." Hi and welcome back to Midlife Moments, a quiet corner of the internet where we talk about truths people carry for years, sometimes for decades, before they finally find the courage to speak them aloud. If you have ever been in a marriage that looked fine from the outside, stable, peaceful, predictable, but inside you carried a constant ache, a quiet question, a sense of distance you couldn't explain. If you have ever lain beside someone you loved, yet still felt alone. If you've ever sensed that something important was being left unsaid, then maybe this story tonight will reach a part of you you have kept silent too. This is not a story of blame, not a story of judgment, not a story that paints sexuality as something broken or shameful. It is a story of two people who tried their best to live the lives expected of them. And the night they finally realized that trying can't replace truth. When I met him, he was already past 30, quiet, steady, gentle, the kind of man everyone described as a good one. My parents liked him immediately. His parents liked me too. Everything fell into place the way society said it should. Meet, date, introduce to family, get approval, get married, start a family. Nothing dramatic, no fireworks, no grand proposal on a beach. Just a man who looked at me one rainy night and softly said, "If you think you could live with me, we can talk about a future together." I didn't feel a wild, breathless kind of love, but I felt safe. And at that age, safety felt like enough. On our wedding day, he held my hand tightly, but his lips trembled slightly. Back then, I thought he was just emotional. Now I wonder if he wanted to say something but couldn't. In the early years, he was responsible, hardworking, helpful, the kind of husband others envied. He wasn't jealous, didn't control me, didn't invade my privacy. My friends would tease, "You're lucky, he's so calm, so steady." At the time I thought so too. But on some nights, after the lights were off, I would lie next to him and feel a wall between us. He was affectionate, but rarely passionate. Our intimacy felt gentle, predictable, almost scripted. Once, half joking, half serious, I asked, "Are you sure you actually like women?" He laughed too loudly, hugged me quickly, kissed me faster than usual, as if proving a point. And I laughed it off, because the alternative felt impossible. But the question never truly left my mind. Years passed, we raised our children, paid off bills, took care of our parents. Life kept us busy enough that the silence between us never had room to echo. But when our last child left home, the quiet finally returned. And in that quiet, all the questions he avoided, and all the questions I stopped asking, came back, clearer than ever. The day our daughter moved out, I stayed functional, strong, practical. I helped her load her bags, gave her too many reminders, hugged her too quickly. But later that evening, standing in the kitchen, staring at her favorite mug, I felt something crack inside. My husband barely spoke. He wiped the counter 3 times, adjusted the placemats, turned the TV on without watching it, as if he needed noise to drown out something inside him. After dinner, he remained at the table, long after everything was cleaned. "Are you okay?" I asked. He replied softly, "I just feel old." I joked, "We're aging together, remember?" But he didn't smile. He looked around the house as if memorizing it. Then he said, "It's just us now. Just us, two people who had built a life together, but never fully entered each other's inner worlds." Later that night, as I reached to turn off the lights, he gently held my wrist. His hand was cold. "Sit with me for a moment. Please, I need to tell you something. If I don't say it tonight, I may never say it at all." I sat back down, my heart beat loud in my ears. A part of me whispered, "Whatever truth is coming, it will change everything." And it did. He stared at the table, as if reading words only he could see. "Do you remember when we first dated, you asked if I'd ever been in love?" I nodded. He had said a few light relationships. He exhaled shakily. "I wasn't honest. I prepared myself for a woman's name, a past affair, a secret child. But instead," he said quietly, "I was in love, deeply with someone. But that someone was not a woman." The room stopped breathing with me. He continued, "I knew very young that I was different, but in my family, gay was something mocked, insulted, feared." He talked about a friend in college, their late-night talks, their shared meals, the small touches that meant more than friendship. He didn't glamorize it, didn't dramatize it. He simply said, "It was the first time I felt truly seen." But his family found out. Threats, shame, fear. I was told I would ruin the family, embarrass them, break my parents' hearts. So he buried that part of himself. And when he met me, he tried to build a normal life, trying to become what he was taught he should be. He looked up, eyes full of grief. "I cared about you, I admired you, I respected you, but I was never able to love you the way a straight man loves his wife." My heart stung, not because he was gay, but because I suddenly understood all the moments I felt invisible, all the nights I wondered what was wrong with me. I whispered, "Why didn't you tell me?" His voice cracked, "Because I was scared. Scared of losing you, scared of disappointing our families, scared of facing myself. And you deserved better than a half-truth." He added, "I never cheated, I never looked for anything else. I only lived quietly, pretending to be someone I thought I had to be." Tears fell down my face, not out of betrayal, but out of heartbreak for two people who tried so hard to live the correct life, instead of the truthful one. I didn't say it's okay, because it wasn't. I didn't say I understand everything, because I didn't. I took a breath. "I'm hurt, I'm angry, I feel deceived, not because of who you are, but because you took away my right to choose." He nodded, tears streaming. "You're right, I was selfish, I wanted to please everyone, and in doing that, I hurt the person who least deserved it." I looked at him. Really looked. For the first time, I wasn't looking at my husband, but at a human being who had been terrified for most of his life. Then I asked softly, "Did you ever love me, in any way that was real?" He held my gaze. "Yes, not as a man loves a woman, but as someone loves a partner, a companion, the mother of his children. You were never a convenience, never a mistake. You were the safest part of my life. But I couldn't be the man you deserved." The honesty cut and healed at the same time. We sat in silence. Two people mourning a version of life that could never fully exist. Finally, I said quietly, "I don't know what our future looks like. Maybe we separate, maybe we stay in a different way, but whatever we choose, I want both of us to stop pretending." He broke down, deep, shaking sobs, as if decades of fear finally collapsed. That night, we didn't decide everything, we just decided to stop lying, to each other, and to ourselves. The days that followed were tender, strange, and painfully honest. Some mornings I woke up feeling like I lost a marriage. Other mornings I woke up feeling like I gained a truth I should have known long ago. We began therapy, separately, and together. Not to fix him, but to understand how to live without pretending. We talked about living apart someday, or living together as partners, not bound by roles but by mutual respect. No fairy tale ending. No dramatic reunion. Just two people were learning how to breathe without fear. If you're listening tonight, and something inside you aches quietly, maybe you too have lived beside a truth too big to touch. Or maybe you're carrying one you don't know how to speak. Please know this. You are not foolish. You are not unlovable. You are not responsible for someone else's identity. And you are not alone. If any part of this story feels familiar, you are welcome to share a small piece of your journey in the comments. Your words might be the lifeline someone needs tonight. Thank you for being here, for listening, for holding space for stories that aren't perfect, but deeply human. I hope you return to Midlife Moments, where we speak out loud the truths people carry quietly for far too long.